Buddy, this is poor little old mama out here doing it. Making some cornbread. I've got a cup of cornmeal and about a half a cup of flour, and then I'm gonna add my egg, and I'm gonna check it like Johnny taught me. I've done it in a bowl. It looks fine. And then I'm gonna have to wash my hands off. I think I got more egg on my hands than I did in the cornmeal. Let's make up a little bit, and I'm going to pour me buttermilk. I don't measure, I just pour and mix. This is all I'm doing. And I'm having green beans that I raised and picked and broke up, and some mashed potatoes. We've ate 4th of July stuff for several days, and I'm ready for some food. I'm gonna add in just a dab of water because that's so thick. This whole buttermilk is really thick and stuff, so we'll be eating as soon as my cornbread gets ready. Dab more milk. I can't get it mixed up, seem like today. And Johnny's here. You're gonna have to talk. I'm going to the oven. You turn around and talk, Colin.
You gotta talk, Mama, not me.
You gotta talk. I have to come to the oven. I won't I let my grease get hot, that's for certain. Yeah.
Check out the sizzle.
That egg sure made it yellow looking. It's one of them country eggs. Don't want to waste none of that. And that's my cornbread. I just have to let it bake now. It was good and hot, I'll tell you that.
There's cucumbers on ice or in ice water. I seen a thing on Facebook the other day that said, if you had cucumbers and a bowl of ice water on your table, you country.
I'm sure country.
I thought, well, we country because we've always had cucumbers and ice water on our table.
Yep.
When cucumbers are in, then that's what you have. This kitchen looks a wreck, but all that over there is ketchup, food, oil.
That's what we're cooking.
That's what you're cooking with.
Not cooking with ketchup today, but I got a lot of it put up.
This kitchen has been a wreck since the 4th of July. It has been through it. Lots of cooking's going on. We had a good time.
Food today, though.
We had a cookout. We had our neighbors that come down. A little bit of the family. It wasn't a family reunion or a big family gathering. It was just, we could still go to napkins. How nice.
You.
And, but we had a great time. And enjoyed ourselves. It's Monday. Did y'all have a long enough weekend? I don't know what it was about this weekend. A friend and mine were talking today. It seems like we had a good weekend. Like a lot of times, honest to goodness, Friday evening comes and it's gone. But it seemed like this time with having the 3 days and the 4th, and we had a little bit of stuff going on, it seemed like it was a good weekend, good long weekend. But at the same time, I could have used another day. I often heard it said, I need a day between Saturday and Sunday. We could call it between day. We don't have to give it a whole thing, but between day would be good. Either John and Mama from North Alabama. I'm getting Mama to doing more of the stuff because I think sometimes she just sort of depends on me to do all the stuff, and I think she can do it. And one on her macaroni salad the other day, we had tons of views. I said, "See, Mama, we got more views on this video than we have a lot of videos." I think they'd rather see you, Mom.
Oh, no.
I'd rather see you.
I can't talk like you.
I've heard you talk. I got it from somewhere.
You got it from your daddy, I think.
I heard her talking earlier all weekend. Oh, you got your y'all shirt on. Y'all released the Blackberry today. Blackberry tea. I've not tried it yet. I've got some on the way. Sometimes living this far, we don't get things timely. But I'll get some. Hope y'all ordered yours today. I've heard rave reviews on it. I'm excited. I think now, I may just be talking out of school. Some of y'all will know if I'm telling the truth or not because you'll have better memories than me. Didn't he tell us in a video the other day they just got it in? Something to do with a holiday? Didn't he say the tea just arrived? That's what I'm thinking. Like they had no time to pack it. So I'm thinking that maybe the reason there's a little delay. But I'm ready for it. Them boys can do all kinds of amazing things. I don't know how they build another warehouse and done all that and still pack up all that tea and stuff. I'm doing okay with my new coffee. I still would love to have some y'all's coffee, but I totally understand. There's no hard feelings. I mean, they had to do it, but that was some good coffee they had. Now I'll tell you that. But I've done Maxwell. I'm not sponsored by any coffees anymore now. See, I've been sponsored by them. I just have to pick and choose. I like community coffee. Maxwell House is what I got because I could go to Walmart and they'd have community, but I just picked this up at the Save-A-Lot. But I love community coffee. One of y'all got me on that years ago. Y'all remember who you was? Now I'm on a level with y'all. And I think Mama would agree. If y'all come to us and said, if y'all coffee brand and tea brand came to us and said, "John, Mama, we're taking a vote. We're only going to have one tea. What do y'all think it should be?" I love the teas. They really and truly, and I would tell you if it was different. Some I like better than others, but I've loved all of them. Really. I mean, they've all been delicious. If I only had one tea, it would have to be just plain tea. Because it's the most delicious and most refreshing to me. Mama?
I'd hate to have to choose, but I would choose that one if I could only have one.
We can only have one. Their regular tea can't be beat. Now, Mama used Lipton for
All my life. That's all I've ever drank.
68 years? 72 years?
I drank tea when I was
She's going to be 77 next month, and we've had this tea for 4 or 5 years. So however long. She's drank Lipton her whole life. And when they sent this, she said, now I'm not giving up my Lipton. So I'll try that, but I'm not giving up Lipton. I said, "Mama, you don't have to give up nothing. You don't have to change nothing. They simply ask, try this tea." Hadn't even talked to them then. They just mailed it to the influencers. And I said, "Let's just try it. It's a gallon of water. It ain't really, there's no cost to us." And she said, "All right, I'll boil you up some, but now I'm
Not for the
making
change."
She did. And she boiled it up just like their instructions, put it in a pitcher, and it was ready to go. It was ready to drink right then. She tried it, and the look on her face was like, "It's pretty good." I said, "It is, honey." And she said, "That's pretty good too." So she really wouldn't switch. She really wouldn't commit. And we drank that gallon, and we needed some more. And I was in here when she was making it, and I seen her get the yawls out, dropped it in there. I didn't say nothing. I said, "What you doing?" She said, "I'm making this tea." I said, "You gonna go with yawls?" And she said, "Well, it was good." And I can tell you, I think she ended up giving that other to the church or to her sister. We've used it nonstop ever since, and Mama loves it. She won't drink any other. Now, if them fellas ever quit making tea,
Oh, they'll have a battle.
you heard it here, boys. She's coming after you. Oh, Darian and Brenda wouldn't know what to do with you.
It's in the back home.
It's that good, folks. And I wouldn't lie to you. I mean, there would be no reason to lie about it. Look here what I'm using. Thank you, thank you. And listen how easy and smooth. There's no strain, there's no problem. Mama can do these, but she likes for me to if I'm in here. This little thing makes it so easy. I think it's sharper. I think it's just ergonomically designed. But I don't know, but I missed it. Missed it bad. We're having mashed potatoes, can you tell? Yeah, but we do love that tea, and it saved me all summer. You know.
When you can't quench your thirst with nothing, you can quench it with that iced tea.
And it's absolutely delicious. You know, a tea's a big part of your life. When you're driving home from work, and you're talking to your mama, and your only thing you can't wait for, and you say, "I can't wait to get almonds in them pups and get me a glass of tea." And she says, "I'll pour you a glass of tea and have it ready." You know you're addicted to tea. It saved me about every day this summer. I love it in the winter too. We drink it hot a lot in the winter.
I drink it.
Now let me tell you all, I hear a lot of people want the individual bags. Now Mama was one of those in the beginning. And she always used the individual bags for her hot tea. But she had to open up 8 of them to get a gallon. She loves not having to open up 8 tea bags.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And she makes that gallon that we're going to drink anyway. And of the morning, if we want hot tea, we put it on the stove in a kettle. We pour it out of the pitcher, the cold pitcher. Pour it on there and put it on the stove for a few minutes and just heat it up. Or Mama will put a cup in the microwave and heat it up. And she has hot tea, just like you like, Animal.
Yeah. You're going to mash them?
I will.
What did I
She's
not
put me
give
to
you the
work.
chocolate?
She don't like it when I sit and talk to y'all. She wants me to have chores. Y'all notice that?
I put salt when I cooked them, butter, so we
I ain't putting nothing in them, Mom.
put pepper and cream.
You do the seasoning. I'm just here for the manpower.
Oh, the manpower. Ooh.
Oh, we mash our taters. Mom, this old masher, the other one's got me spoiled.
Well, it was over there, and I didn't want to go over there and get it.
That Tupperware one goes right down in here, and I don't have any taters left to mash. It goes right down in the edges. I can suffer through them.
We'll have to put it over here where I can get to it better.
Oh, we will. I bet you got more than one.
I bet I have two. I have a lot.
We took 5 or 6 downtown the other day. Mom and I don't do events very often, but we did do a little Tupperware event 4th of July. We had a good time. We had a great response. A lot of people come by and bought Tupperware, and they were so glad to see it, and they act like they had never seen it in years. And we were like, well, yeah, There's Tupperware. The word's not out there. It's still out there.
Here is the pork tenderloins.
Well, I'm having takeaway situations.
I'll
See,
put
I don't
some
have to do
cream in
this.
there.
I don't have to do this. Usually. I forgot about this chore right here. I've been spoiled to the good things. This is evaporated milk going right in.
I'll make my
Do you think you got season that you want in here?
I have to put pepper.
No, ma'am. You know I don't. I've not salted or peppered anything for a long time.
I have people don't put.
I do pepper, but I don't salt.
I put a little salt in when I cook them. I like to cook them and it flavors it better.
Okay, they're ready to eat. Maybe a little more. How do y'all like your mashed potatoes? Now Miranda, I don't know if y'all follow Miranda or not. I don't know what her page name is. I think just Miranda something. She does hers with mayonnaise. Duke's mayonnaise. Mom, I got 10 left.
Ooh,
I've been busy today. And
I reckon you have.
that's what had to make this snappy. I'm out of power.
Well,
I can probably plug up power, but I won't have the big microphone, so some of y'all won't like that. It's just like this taper masher. Sometimes we have to make do with less.
Cream on the counter.
I know. I wouldn't let them mash them no more if that's you.
I wouldn't either.
I'd say you won't get a mashed taters no more. You got cream on the counter. Can you hear me now? It'll sound a little different, but I had to put power because when you're recording, it's more than just when you get 10%, and you know you got a few more. Not when you're recording. 10% is usually you better get done. Kyle. Mama made these pork chops. Let me tell you about these here pork chops.
They're tenderloin.
Do you see how beautiful they are and how big of a pile of pork chops, which would probably cost you, I don't know what it would cost you. What did we pay for the whole tenderloin?
Not hardly $17.
About $17 on sale. We got a pork tenderloin. And Mama cut up this mess. Now, if you don't know what a mess is, it's about
That's a mess and a half.
It's about what it takes to feed your family for a meal. But this happens to be what it would take to feed us about 4 meals. Because we'll eat a pork chop, then we'll eat some for breakfast maybe. And then Mom ate a pork chop sandwich or a biscuit at lunch. And I made barbecue on for tomorrow night. But anyway, that whole pork tenderloin was $17. Now let me tell you what we're going to eat out of $17. We're going to eat on this about 4 times. We've got another mess this big.
I've got 12 like that cut up.
And that would be 2 meals.
I put 4 to a thing. So
that'd be 2 meals.
yeah, put 3, well. And then a pork roast.
Well, I mean, it'd be 4. We'll fix them twice and we'll
Yeah.
eat them for breakfast and for supper.
Yeah. And
So
then
that
I
would
got a
be 8
roast
meals.
about that big. Froze out of it.
So we got these. We got enough for
For
2 more
12 more
fixings,
tenderloins.
which would probably be a supper and a breakfast. And then we got a roast that we can fix on a Sunday if we got company or something for $17. And the only difference is they didn't have to slice it up. So if you find a good deal on a big pork tenderloin, take that home, cut it up, and you can really save a bunch of money.
Here's my cornbread,
Let's see if we flop it.
and I hope it flops because I did have the oil hot.
Ah,
You couldn't get no better than that.
perfection, Mama. Show 'em, come back here, Mama.
Yeah.
Show them the skillet. Now, people will say, I don't wash my cast iron. This is why.
Now, I don't wash my bread skillet unless it sticks.
Right.
And then I re-oil it
So-
good and put it in there and get it hot again. But my other skillets that I fix up meat in and gravy in and all those, I do wash, but it don't hurt.
But when people say they don't wash their skillet, that's often what they're talking about. We don't wash that cornbread skillet because we're going to make bread in it again because that's the only thing it's made. But if I make gravy in one or
and then I
fried
stick
pork
it back in
chops,
the hot oven, and if anything's on it, it kills it out, the germs.
fried pork chops or something like that, you have to wash it a little bit. But one thing they used to use is lye soap and heavy duty soap, homemade soap. What little bit of dish liquid soap we have this day and time, I don't think it hurts cast iron. And as long as you don't scrape it or take your seasoning off, if you start doing that, you're going to have a difference. You're going to mess your seasoning up. But it's not, you're not going to destroy it if you put a little dish liquid on it and wash it off right then. But now some people still say they don't do it.
Here's the one. Let me in, please.
May I have a bowl for my beans? Because I want juice.
You want
want-
the soppet cornbread.
I want pot liquor. You ever heard it called pot liquor? It don't have anything to do with alcoholic beverage. It's just the juice in a bean pot. And it's good for sopping up your juice in your cornbread or your biscuit or whatever you got going on. And they call it pot liquor around here. Do y'all call it that where you're from?
And these are more shelly because that heat, when we got up to 90 something and almost 100, just kind of ripened too fast. So
Now, I used to say things like, this is Southern. And people would say, we live in Michigan and we do that, John. So the only reason I say something is Southern anymore is because that's all I know. So this is a typical Southern summer meal. Some cucumbers, some homegrown tomatoes, some homegrown beans, and I like that good juice in there. And that, put my cornbread and so, oh, it's so good. So good.
I didn't get no potatoes.
I didn't give you none.
I know it.
I was gonna say how you acted.
Yeah.
If you acted good, you're gonna get some. You acted pretty good tonight, Mom.
I'm doing better, ain't
Oh, you're doing fine.
I? Don't get near as much trouble as I used to.
I'll tell your anger management team. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this meal. We thank you for your many blessings, dear Lord, and we just ask you to be with each and every person gathered here, that you'll just answer the prayers and be with them, dear Lord. Put a hedge of protection on all of us. Watch over our country. Watch over this world. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, Mom, this looks absolutely delicious. I'm going to put a little salt on this tomato. These are homegrown tomatoes, homegrown cucumbers.
Is the cucumber salty enough, or do I need to sprinkle a little of this on?
Oh, yeah, put a little cucumber. I put a little salt on the cucumber.
I need to put salt in the water a little bit.
They're delicious. They're cold.
Mm-hmm.
I love a good cucumber. I love a good homegrown tomato. And I love to dip it in my mashed potatoes and get that perfect bite. Do you? Mm-mm-mm. There ain't nothing as good as that. And to take your crust of your cornbread, put it in them green beans, get it down in there in that pot liquor, as they call it. See that right there? Oh, that's so good, isn't it, Mama?
Yeah.
Sometimes we have a big old Vidalia onion.
Oh, you want an onion?
No, I'm good, Mama.
There's some sliced out there if I do.
No, I'm good. Get that big old bite of green bean with cornbread that's been sopped up in that pot liquor. Oh. Mmm. Now I can taste the sunshine in these beans because this morning they was out there in the sunshine just having the best time. Mama come through, grabbed them off the vine, strung them, broke them up, cooked them up all day.
But that heat's really done a number on them. I'm just gonna have to pull them up now, I think.
These are called peanut beans. Everybody always asks us that. And it's a bush bean. It's not a red runner. People will say, oh, it's the same thing. It's not. These are, what's the word? I had it in my mind and it left me. The beans have just never been messed with.
Heirloom.
Heirloom. Those are heirloom.
They're all-
Bush bean. And you can get them sometimes, but ask for a bush bean.
We always called them peanut beans. That's what my mommy always raised, and that's what we always called them.
The red half runners are not peanut beans.
No. Not the same taste.
Because they're heirloom, they're not big old beautiful beans either. They're kind of little and knotty.
And they're hard to food
They're
with.
hard to fool with, but they're so worth it. That pork chop's so tender.
Well, thank you. I tried to make it like you like it. It ain't overcooked. It ain't dried
It's
out.
perfect. Look at that. You did perfect, Mama. Mm-mm-mm. See if anybody's saying anything.
I couldn't read it. I see it moving a little bit, but I sure.
Is the gallon pitcher is the gallon pitcher a 4 cups with lids in the book like Costa? Gene, I'm not understanding the question. John and Mama, is the gallon pitcher and 4 cups with lids, you're talking Tupperware,
Yeah.
in the book like Costco had for sale? I think it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing. Hi, John and Mama. Hey, Joey. Not salmon, but nope, these are pork chops. Looks delicious.
Tenderloin, not pork chops. Pork chops. Or they call them boneless pork chop, but this is tenderloin. No bones.
We didn't grow these tomatoes, Sharon, but boy, I've got some coming on. These we bought at the farmer's market, and they were grown about a half a mile or so from here. They taste just like they did come out of our garden. But I've got some pretty green ones, and they're getting bigger and bigger. I mean, they're going to be pretty. Don't you worry. When I get one out of my garden, it'll be like
It'll be a prize. And
it'll be like somebody with a new grandbaby. Have you seen a picture of my tomatoes? Here, look at these tomatoes. Ain't that a pretty tomato?
would you do that?
No, I'll be a sight. You won't be able to tell me nothing when I bring in that first big red tomato.
Oh,
I can hear Mama now. Yes, yes, we've seen the tomato.
put that thing up.
I might let it rot from carrying it around too much. And I said, I didn't get to eat it because I packed it around too much.
Them big sweet potatoes I raised one year, you had great biggest one. It was real big, and your daddy took it everywhere, so showing it off. But he said it was in his garden. So you'll be like him. You'll be packing that tomato around, showing everybody.
I got my eye on one of them.
Oh.
It's
It's
perfect
pretty good
shaped.
size.
If I come on here crying one day, it's because of hornworms been on my tomato. Y'all know about hornworms. The big old green worms. Nobody needs a hornworm.
Oh, that tastes so good.
I tell you.
So refreshing.
Mm-hmm. Go there and get your blackberry. Bunch of people's been waiting for blackberry. You can use code John, and they'll give you 10% off. JOHN, capital letters at the end when you get ready to pay. But that blackberry, it's got good reviews, and the boys said it was maybe their favorite or second favorite to peach. Now peach is my favorite, a lot of people's favorite, but the blackberry, it may beat it for me because I've always loved blackberry tea. And if I go to a restaurant, I always order blackberry tea if they've got it.
At one restaurant we used to go to, it had delicious blackberry tea in.
Uh-huh. All right, Mom, you got anything you want to add?
No, I was shoveling it in like I hadn't had food never. I'd eat so much
We've
hot
had
dogs
food.
and chili and
We've had
salad.
plenty of food, but we ain't had home cooked food.
I wanted
Well, it's
to-
been home cooked food too, but it's been macaroni salad, potato salad,
pea salad.
pea salad, a lot of salad,
I wanted some mashed potatoes and green beans.
hot dogs, and bread.
A lot of bread with those.
I knew I never would have thought this of myself, but we've been cutting down on bread so much. I just didn't really enjoy the hot dog buns. I ate a lot of, over the weekend, I would eat a hot dog and chili and no bun. Or the hamburger, I ended up just pulling the bun off. It's like, that's a lot of bread.
I got filled up because I ate my bun and hot dog and chili all together, and I thought, why am I so full?
Yeah, I just
Then
got used to
after I
it.
laid down that other night, I said, oh, I know. I ate that bun where I'm not used to it. That's why it was,
Now, we've been eating a few,
but not like that.
but we've had several in the past 3 days.
Yeah. More than our share should have been.
More than our fair share.
Yes.
All right, folks. That's all we got tonight. Not bad for a Monday after a holiday.
If I wasn't so hungry for potatoes, you wouldn't have
With
gone
them
on.
real meal, with mashed potatoes on a Monday. You've outdone yourself, Mom.
I know it. If you got home early, you could have helped.
Too bad for me. I'm kind of glad I didn't help. It smelled so good coming in. Sometimes when you cook, you don't taste as good.
No, you get to smelling everything, and it. You think, oh, I'm full of smells.
Well, your brain don't know enough to know if you're smelling it or eating it.
Oh, it does, because I get so hungry.
And it will do that. And that's the reason if you're diabetic, you smell something sweet, like you go by the Cinnabon place, or you got a candle that's, your body will start reacting according to what it smells. We had to quit using sweet candles and stuff like that around Mama.
Cookie candles is bad to have. Real bad to have. And they got a birthday candle or something.
We can write a birthday cake or cookie candle, and Mama's sugar dropped low. And we kind of figured it out. Then I read something. I said, "Do you think that could be you?" And she said, "Well, I get low sugar." But where she smelled that her body was releasing insulin in anticipation of her eating something sweet, and then it didn't happen. Then in a minute, she's hollering, "Whew, my sugar's low."
Give me something.
So we learned that.
Can you read that?
Lisa says my favorite meal.
Oh, yeah.
Looks delicious. Thank you, Judith. We're going to finish it off. I've got to go see them pups. And then I'm going to water them tomatoes.
Oh, they need watering, because when I went to the mailbox, they sure needed it.
And then it'll be time they weren't dead, were they?
No, they ain't dead, but they're crying. They're weeping.
I don't care if I'm get like that. I just don't want to get crispy. Then I'm gonna water. Then it'll be time to get everything ready to go to work tomorrow. So,
It just flies by the evenings.
but you still got 3 good hours.
Yeah. If I don't go to bed early.
Well, we can go to bed early, but it's hard for me to get to bed too early. Time we cook, do dishes, I go out and pet for a little while, and then have to water. Water takes a while. Does it take you a while to water? Because I watched the show.
You like to play with the water hose. You always have. I believe you run it longer than necessary.
She didn't watch the show. Trust me. I do it as fast as I can. I watched the show on Facebook, and they filmed this guy watering all of his plants. And he watered them, and it looked like he did a real good job. Then they come behind him and dug in the plants, and even where he'd hold the water, what seemed like a while, it was dry, that deep. And you've got to hold them on there a good few minutes or until the drain comes through, they say. So I always wait for the drain to come through. Then I move over to another one, and then I go back to that one, hoping that if it's soaked up, it'll, It takes forever. And we got big pots with big trees, so I try to give them at least 4 minutes each.
Ooh.
See, she thinks I'm out there playing, and I'm... Oh, trust me.
That's his job to play.
You'll never find me playing anything. I had to stand in the heat.
Yeah, I know it. You can't stand the heat.
Now, if I was in here in the air conditioning playing around with something.
Yeah, I could believe that.
But standing out there and me sweating and going, oh,
Hurry.
there ain't no playing. I just got to get everything good and wet. All right, Mama. Say goodbye.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you all. Have a wonderful night.
Bye, y'all. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow, Lord willing. Who knows? We'll cook something else. Maybe barbecue pork chops.